Hello people! Welcome to another top 10. As before, I am using MyAnimeList to get the details from each anime, and I am going to be drawing some of the characters of the anime mentioned in my style, so be sure to check out later the real style of each of the anime. Of course, this is very subjective, so feel free to share in the comments what you think should be included in this top 10. Let's begin. Number 10. To start this list we have Do It Yourself. Yeah, it is nothing fancy or anything, but I found it relaxing and really enjoy watching each episode. It is just an anime of some girls in a do-it-yourself club in their school, I'm not going to lie to you, but it does have some character development and an appreciation of enjoying the little things that might get forgotten in this current technological world we live in. It has just 12 episodes and the story concludes by the end of the anime. I gave it a score of 8, and in MAL it has a score of 7.46. If you want to watch something relaxing, perhaps give it a try. Number 9. Next we have Tensei Shitara Ken Deshita, also known as Reincarnated as a Sword. I know what you're going to say, another reincarnation isekai that is ridiculous. Yes, and I started watching this one thinking I was going to hate it, but I actually found it really good. It is about a guy who reincarnates as a sword, but he can communicate with its wielder, who ends up being a little girl named Fran. It has an interesting story and character development, so I gave it an 8, while it has a 7.43 score on MAL. The story does not end in the 12 episodes the season has, so I really hope to see a second season soon. Number 8. Here I chose Yusha Yamemasu. In this anime, we follow Leo, who was once the hero of humanity, but after he won the war against the Demon Lord, he is banished from the human kingdom. So he travels to the demon's territory to join the demon army, who was his enemy during the last war. It has a very interesting story that has a plot twist that made me really love this anime. I think it has some philosophical ideas worth thinking about and it deserves the watch. It has 12 episodes, a score of 7.02 in MAL, so I think it's greatly underappreciated and I gave it an 8. Number 7. Now let's talk about the football anime Blue Lock. I tend to really like sports anime in general, so I was expecting a lot from this one and I think it really delivers. The anime is set in Japan, where they want to try a new method to take the national team to be one of the world's best football teams. So they make a sort of intensive training camp where they gather top Japan's young strikers that have to compete against each other in order to find the best of all that will lead the country to future glories. The characters, the story and the animation are amazing and you never know what's going to happen next. This first season has 24 episodes, it has an 8.27 score on MAL and I gave it an 8. If you like sports anime, you can't miss this one. Number 6. In number 6 I placed Bocchi the Rock. I guess this one was actually the favorite of many people, inspired a lot of memes and had much more success than I thought it would. The story follows Hitori, a girl with a lot of social anxiety, who likes playing the guitar and ends up forming a band with other girls, while she slowly develops her social skills. It is a very funny anime, with a lot of painfully accurate gags and situations that people with social anxiety will empathize with. It has 12 episodes, an amazing 8.79 score on MAL, and I give it an 8. If you are looking for a fun and light-hearted anime to watch, this one is for you. Number 5. In the middle of this ranking we have Chainsaw Man. The story follows Denji, a poor guy that has to work to pay the debt his dad left him and dreams of having a simple, happy life. Unfortunately, he is in a horrible situation, but a contract with his little demon pet ends up changing everything in his life. To be honest, it felt a bit like another fantasy anime in the first few chapters, but then the story makes an unexpected turn and really caught my attention. The story does not conclude in these 12 episodes, so I hope they make more seasons. It has an 8.51 score on MAL, and I give it an 8. The animation, I must also say, it's very good, and has lots of gore, so keep that into consideration if you have a weak stomach. Number 4. Almost in the top 3 now, we find Paripi Komei. This anime first shows us the historical figure Kong Ming, a tactician of the Three Kingdoms period of 3rd century China, that dies and is kind of relocated in the future, more specifically in modern world Japan. He is fully healed and finds himself in a younger body. He soon finds a young singer named Eiko and is moved by her songs and voice, so he wants to use all his knowledge to make her a success as a singer. The anime is very entertaining, the songs are really good, and the opening theme is amazing. It has an 8.14 score on MAL, and I gave it an 8. The manga continues the story after the anime ends, and I don't know if there are plans to make another season, but I think it is still worth the watch. Number 3. For the third place, I present to you Licorice Recoil. This action anime follows a couple of girls, Chisato and Takina, that are part of a secret and special government force that fights against terrorism. They are both left out of the main units, so they have to do some missions on their own, developing their teamwork in the process. The show has 13 episodes, and the main story reaches a conclusion by the end of the season. I think the story and the characters are awesome, so is the animation, and I gave it an 8 out of 10, while it has an 8.17 score on MAL. Number 2. Close to the top of this ranking we have Cyberpunk Edge Runners. This one is based on the world of the game Cyberpunk 2077, a sci-fi futuristic dystopia where one of the main characters, David Martinez, is trying to get ahead in life, assisting a prestigious school. Soon in the story, he acquires a new technology that grants him amazing abilities, which then launches him to be part of the underground community of edge runners, which are basically cyber criminals. The animation in this anime is amazing, and the story reaches a conclusion after its 10 episodes. I gave it a solid 9 out of 10 and has a score of 8.60 in MAL. If you like sci-fi stories, you don't want to miss this one. Number 1. And on the number 1 spot, I placed Summertime Render. This anime follows Shinpei, who returns to the island where he grew up because one of his childhood friends suddenly dies, but he soon discovers the strange circumstances of her death, and that there are some weird entities in the island, killing and replacing the villagers. It has action, mystery, and time travel as the theme says. The anime has 25 episodes and the story concludes by the end of it. This one is really awesome and deserves to be watched by everyone. It has an 8.49 score on MAL and I gave it a 9. It is really good, I swear. So that is all for this video. What are your top picks? How much do you hate my choices? I will read you in the comments. If you want me to keep doing these videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and feel free to support me on Patreon too. See you next time.